ingredients in the cosmetics, which was marketed as natural, were toxic synthetic chemicals. Capturing that bit on camera when she would look so shocked. And she was like, so the animals I've worked so hard to protect, and these chemicals are leaching out into the environment and not only damaging our skin, but they're damaging the whole world around us. She looked like her whole life's work had just been destroyed. She was so confident that she was so intent on finding natural cosmetics. She was like, wow, 2%. But then the results were revealed, and it was revealed that it was more like...
Sam and Kit Bowen-Russell, who really took skincare into their own hands.
Twin brothers from the UK who are taking the skincare industry by storm.
Sam is a nuclear astrophysicist, and Kit is a geophysicist and author.
A Notre Dame grad and his twin brother are looking to revolutionize skin health.
The two launched a 2-year intensive research study.
Two very smart guys who knew all about bad skin at a very early age.
That woman at the end was our mum, and really she's the face which launched 1,000 questions for us.
So Sam, just going to talk about something which came up last night at an event we were at. So we're in Washington, D.C., just to set the scene in Fair Verona. And we did a run club through the streets from the White House, which everyone should know, and we ended up at a pub, didn't we? And then we got talking to people about what we do. And obviously we explained that we were featured in the Washington Post, so we were invited to talk in front of Congress people, in front of policymakers in Washington, D.C. And then everyone was asking, wow, what do you do? What's so exciting that you were invited to talk here in front of all of these bigwigs? So we told them about the skin and our research showing how the skin or damaged skin has been linked to things like heart problems, brain problems, lung problems. And then we got talking further. Well, sorry, before that, the main thing people seemed to have trouble with was they didn't understand even the word skin damage. They were like, but what do you mean by skin damage? Sunburn or cuts or lacerations in the skin. So yeah, I think I'm not sure whether we're explaining it right. I thought skin damage was such a simple way of explaining it, but maybe the better way of saying it is unhealthy skin.
Yeah, or skin disease.
Yeah, skin disease.
But then when people say skin disease, they don't associate that with like eczema or acne because they're so prevalent. People think, oh, it's not a disease.
Oh, true. Yeah, because I remember Adam asking that, didn't he? He was like, well, is it a disease? I mean, it's not really life-threatening, but that's the problem. These chronic diseases aren't life-threatening on the whole, are they?
No. So, I mean, all of these are chronic. So, yeah, I mean, that was the main part. What was the second main part that everyone always asks about because they're obsessed about it?
Oh, yeah. So then I got talking to this woman, and she was saying how she'd had acne for something like 25 years of her life. And then again, it's the same story every time. But she said she'd been taking antibiotics every single day for something like, I can't remember how many years, but she takes antibiotics all the time to sort out her acne, which we know is just a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it? Because these things just utterly destroy the microbiome. So anyway, we won't go there, but she was asking, all right, so what do you do for better health? And she seemed, again, she knew that the solution was to go for the root cause instead of just cover up the damage with things like antibiotics and other things. But then she was asking about, is it a cosmetic? Is it a cream which you take and it solves it? And the weird thing is people have this idea in their head that it's just a magic pill which they can take and then suddenly their skin problems are gone. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Sam, sorry for that weave. Basically, she was asking what cosmetics and whether her natural cosmetics were good for her skin.
Well, I was going to say, that's the main thing that everyone asks. They go, oh, can you look at my cosmetics? Because it's really, and a lot of them are, in a nice way, some of them are really proud that they say, oh no, I use the best ones. I've found this one that's amazing and they're natural and they're clinically proven and dermatologically tested with the best ingredients and no bad things in. And then, yeah, well, we'll reveal that in a minute. Yeah.
So they always, in a nice way, they're like, yeah, I really try my best to get natural cosmetics and ones which don't hurt the skin.
Yeah.
But then, and again, I said to her, look, do I have permission to be totally honest when you show me your cosmetics? Because some people, obviously, rightly so, they're shocked by what they find. Anyway, the cosmetics she said, which she was recommended by a dermatologist and someone else, and they said it was a lot better for the skin than things like CeraVe, which she said she was using before, and they said it was fewer chemicals. Then she showed me the ingredients of this supposedly calm cosmetic, and it was over 90% synthetic chemicals, horrible ones as well.
It was that bad, wow.
Yeah, it was that bad. Other people have said natural things, and then it's a natural product, but it just has a couple of natural ingredients, and then the rest are like a sea of synthetics, as we know. But anyway, hers was just filled with synthetic chemicals. So for that to be given by a dermatologist is crazy. Anyway, the point being here is that there's this huge natural cosmetics industry going on. It got me thinking, and loads of people have no idea whether their product is natural or not, do they?
Well, no. I mean, yeah, I would say that one alone didn't get you thinking. I mean, this is why we started this 15 years ago. So just to say that wasn't that. But yeah, the natural cosmetics that in the industry and the cosmetics industry. But what happened was, you would know this, but around 25 years ago, people started demanding more natural and safe cosmetics because they started looking slightly at, they didn't want to be putting chemicals on their skin. So then the industry started just to make these so-called natural cosmetics and market them as natural or pure or organic or whatever the word is, naturally derived. And what happened with those products, Kit?
Well, yeah, you've given the history of how the cosmetics industry was largely a chemical one 100 years ago or whenever. And then recently, in the last few decades, consumers have started demanding more natural products because things came out, not just in the cosmetics industry, but the food industry as well, about how harmful all these synthetic chemical additives were in their cosmetics. So they started demanding natural cosmetics. So what happened was the cosmetics industry responded and they said, look, we've created the natural cosmetics industry and unveiled a new line of products which caught on. But these products, as we know, they're just the same chemically laden products as before, with just a couple of natural ingredients often, or different marketing on the front of the bottles.
Yeah, just one ingredient added in, different marketing. So you can call your face wash aloe vera face wash. So you think you're just putting aloe vera on your skin, but you're not. I mean, they've just added a bit of aloe vera in with the same sea of synthetic chemicals. So, I mean, the point is that, firstly, the scandal is that cosmetics are filled with chemicals just in general. There's a sea of these chemicals that are toxic to the body, and they really shouldn't be going anywhere near the skin. If you saw that in your food, everyone would be in uproar. But on the skin, one, people seem to think it's fine, and two, people don't even realise. But then secondly, the bigger scandal, I know that's already a massive scandal, which we won't, but the bigger scandal is the fact of just marketing cosmetics as natural, and then they're still completely unnatural.
Yeah, exactly. And again, this is both of us talking, but many people don't know this at all. And it's not, from our perspective, it's not hard to look on the back of a tube and look at the ingredients and see whether they seem chemical or not. But obviously, we've been researching it for over 15 years now, haven't we? So the majority of the population are fooled by this natural cosmetics marketing. I remember that documentary I did in LA, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just for anyone who doesn't know, I did a documentary in LA about the mass extinction on the human skin and how it was our research, our world-leading published research was showing how this mass extinction on the skin microbiome, could be causing things like heart disease, brain problems and lung problems, and whole body organ problems, which we never associate with the skin. Anyway, another digression, but one of the sections in that podcast, in that documentary, we checked the cosmetics of some local ladies from LA, who thought they were aficionados about natural cosmetics. One of them said she was so confident about her cosmetics that she thought 2% of the ingredients would be synthetic chemicals. And it
Yeah.
came out.
Sorry. And that woman herself, just before you reveal it, she was. See, this is what we were saying earlier. She wasn't just someone who thought she had it. Her job or her life was revolved around, what was it? Activism in what area?
It was environmental activism.
Yeah, so she was really, really conscious, supposedly, about toxins in the environment and things you eat and everything. So she was clued up more than 95% of other people in terms of what you say should be eating or whatever it was. And so she thought that she'd found cosmetics that were natural. So what were the results?
Yeah, so she thought it was 2%. She was so confident that she was so intent on finding natural cosmetics. She was like, wow, 2%. And she was nice about it. But then the results were revealed, and it was revealed that it was more like 90% in her cosmetics. It was that bad. So 90% of ingredients in the cosmetics, which was marketed as natural, were toxic synthetic chemicals. And I remember capturing, you've seen it, Sam, capturing that bit on camera when she would look so shocked. And she was like, so the animals I've worked so hard to protect, and these chemicals are leaching out into the environment and not only damaging our skin, but they're damaging the whole world around us. She looked like her whole life's work had just been destroyed by her own cosmetics.
Yeah, and she was clued up more than 95% of people. So yeah, it just puts it in perspective, really. And it shows, too, that the marketing on these products fools everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And even the ones who are supposedly the most intent on looking for natural cosmetics and the best at doing so. So, Sam, just to sum up, because I think that's a good time to end. That's a really nice overview. Do you want to do a 20-second summary?
Yeah, well, there's a scandal in the cosmetics industry, the skincare industry, where chemicals that are toxic to us are filled in these products, and even worse, in the so-called natural products.
I love that. That was really short and snappy. I like that, Sam. Brilliant. So that's a good place to end. But I think in the future, what we're going to do is go more in depth into the exact ways which these companies mislead the consumers, shall we say, and phrases they use to mislead the consumer into thinking they're getting natural products, when in fact they're just getting toxic chemicals in a bottle.